Hi guys, is anyone else a klutz? I am such a klutz. I just sent this pot of Ache flying pollen all over the floor. So I was taking it out so I could reach into this, and then this nearly fell out of my hand, and then I spilled this all over the place. So guys, I actually have a lot of chores to do, so I decided that I would film them and bring you guys along with me. So let's get going. Hi guys, my name is Grania and this is my channel Jungle Flowers Canada. Thank you so much for joining me. So guys, you'll hear from my voice that I'm actually not well. This is Wednesday, what is this, September 7th, and I got COVID August 9th, and then my allergies kicked in. So I have a ragweed allergy, so they kicked in really bad on the weekend. And I really am not feeling well at all. I have a terrible cough that I can't get rid of, and it also interferes with my sleep. So please excuse my croaky voice today. Okay, so what did I want to do? I have a couple of plants, they're all Hoya by the way, no surprise to anybody there, that need to be either up potted or need to be separated. So I thought it's a good opportunity again to show you my new potting system that I've come up with. And take a look at some of my babies. So this here, this here is my Hoya caudata. Isn't she stunning? Such a gorgeous plant. So I bought this plant from Kim's Nature well over a year ago, and it completely failed on me. Like, all the leaves fell off, I think bar one or two. And I was hoping, it came in moss. I took it out of moss. Did I put it in soil? I may have put it in soil, and then I took it out of the soil and I put it into my homemade pond mix. I will put a link to that below. So you can see now that the roots are beautifully established, and she has put out like amazing leaves. I am so enamored with this plant, with this plant. Oh, I have something funny happening up there. I had a bath going to bed last night. I didn't blow dry my hair, so it's looking a little funky. So I thought, let's move it up to my next size pot. So I did mention these in my last video, and I will put a link again. So these are, it's a 5-inch diameter and the pot is 4-inch. And then I use, oops, let me grab this, my soup containers. I'll put a link for all of these as the outside pot, and it works beautifully. So I thought, let's do a few chores today. So this is just mesh for windows, which I know you can't probably get this in like Ireland and the UK because we don't have mesh on our windows, but any type of mesh that you can find that will just stop the pollen from falling through. So let's cut a little square here, and you can see I'm going to lay it in the bottom of the pot. Before I do that, I'm going to put some macrame cord. Now, I was asked what size macrame cord. I don't actually know. This was macrame cord I bought. I was going to make some hangers out of. So, like the width of a shoelace really is good, right? So I'm going to cut some of the macrame cord. And you can use shoelaces, by the way, as well. And I'm going to thread it through the bottom of the pot, and this will act as the wicking cord. So really it's, where should I go there with that one? It's just I'm just upsizing the ones that I already use, which are these here, which I will show you these ones as well. So it's just an inexpensive way, guys, to make your own hydroponic pots, because as I said in my last video, like, we have a lot of plants. I would definitely have over 200 plants. I have no idea how many I actually have, but I know I'd have over 200 plants. And if you're trying to pot them all up and have to buy like $6 pots, it can work out very expensive. So there we have the pot. Now, where did I put my pollen? So Casper is here. Poor Penny is such a lady. You guys never even get to see Penny. Oh, here's Casper. Because she's so well behaved. Casper, on the other hand, is a hooligan. Excuse me. He keeps me on my toes. So I'm just taking some of my homemade pollen and I am just pouring some into the bottom. I should actually bring the camera down. So I just put some pon in the bottom of the pot, and now I'm going to take out my caudata. So I'm going to leave her in this little trellis that I have her in because she's already well attached. And oh my god, my camera is like completely sideways. Okay, so I'm going to take her out of here and put her into this pot. So let's ease her out and try not to break too many of the roots. Sometimes the roots do break, it's hard to avoid it, but she has plenty of roots, so it's not going to be too devastating if we break some of these roots. So you can see how well my pon is working, guys. I don't use pumice, I use an alternative which is much cheaper than pumice. It is diatomaceous stone, and I buy it in Canadian Tire, and it's $20 for a huge big bag. So you can see my plants are thriving in it. So I actually love my pon mix. It's pretty amazing, I think. Okay, so there is the caudata in there, and I did take out a couple of pon. Alright, I did. Okay, so now I'm just going to fill her up with the pon. I'm going to get my Osmocote as well. So I bought this Osmocote on Amazon. Oh, 15, 9 and 12. I don't really understand the numbers on here, but I have been using it and the plants seem to be very happy. And then I will add my nutrient water. Some of you might wonder, why am I adding nutrient water when I am also using Osmocote? Well, I don't use my nutrient water every time. So there is my new pot of my caudata. This might feel a bit weird today because I'm not feeling well, and I'm kind of probably don't have the same energy that I normally have. Not that I'm the most energetic YouTuber, but you will probably, you'll be able to tell that I'm not well. Let's put it that way. Okay, I'm just going to put this back into my Ache. I love the Ache. I think it's so cute. Show it to you. And this can get very large. My leaves are still quite small, but I just think it's beautiful. And I did take a cutting of it, and this is the cutting, and I just popped it in here actually maybe a day or two ago, and then of course I knocked it over. So next up is my, what's this one called? It's a latifolia, and you can see she has beautiful roots. Actually, you know what, I think I'm going to leave her. I was going to put her in pon, but her roots are actually very healthy. She just hasn't put a growth point out for me since I got her, and I have her over a year. So I thought maybe if I put her in pon, but like the roots are actually very healthy. So I think I just, I keep doing this. I keep going to repot her, and then I decide against it. And I think I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to leave her and see, will she put out new growth on her own. This here we have the Cistanthia. So you will remember probably that I didn't know what this was, and I eventually found my old video where I unboxed it, and I am loving it. Now she does have a peduncle and she was working on it, but I think it failed to thrive. Yeah, no, it didn't flower, it blew the flowers. So I do think I am going to put this into pon. Again, she's doing very well, her roots are coming out. But you know what, let's try it. I've been, like I say, I have been debating doing these two plants for quite some time. So you know what, I'm just going to bite the bullet. I do have a cutting of this to go back into the pot. And her roots are tangled here. Let's try and get her out. There we go. So she does have lovely roots, but I think I would like to try her in pon. I have most of my Hoyas, well, not my large ones. My really large ones are in soil. The ones that I've had sort of since 2018. they're still in soil. But most of my new Hoya are in pon, and they do very, very well on it. Hoya definitely is a plant that likes pon. Not so sure about the bigger aeroids. I have most of them in soil, but I definitely see the value of pon for my Hoya. So I'm going to go rinse this under the tap, and then I will be back to you. So there, I have her rinsed. And let's put her into pon. Actually, I'm just wondering, should I? Actually, no, I think I'll use one of the smaller pots because I think maybe she's not quite ready yet for the large one. So these are the smaller pots, and I did find a pot, I think that's the same size. I will link it. And yeah, I don't want to stress her by putting her into too big a pot. So again, let's just cut some of my window mesh. Get some of my macrame, and same deal. So there's my macrame, my mesh. We'll get some pon. And we put her in. Now I do have a cutting, so I think I'll put the cutting in as well. So I have been using these, actually, oh yeah, there are little roots on it. I've been using these little water vials and I'm finding them very helpful. And I also, my daughter bought me this test tube tray, oops, which I just pulled apart, to keep them in. And it's been working great. I will put a link to them below. And there's just tiny roots in this, but I'm hoping that there's enough to get it established. And then when you take off these lids, these caps, you do have to make a cut in them. Otherwise you will pull off the roots that I have established. Oh, my daughter's here with my new baby. How you doing, honey? I was doing a video. Well, I thought I was videoing and I wasn't, so I had to go and take care of my grandson because my daughter's gone to bed for a nap, and I just fed him and I wrapped him up in Nana's magic swaddle, and he's out for the count. And I came in and I spoke about my Parasitica heartleaf, which is absolutely gorgeous. Look at how stunning this plant is. And I just thought I would pot her up because her roots are going into the pot, but I just think she is stunning. I bought her as a 2-leaf cutting, I think last summer, and she has just taken off. Like, she's doing tremendously. I did take it, this is actually a cutting, so this was the original, this was a cutting, and look at how much this has grown to. So I'm going to put it into my larger pot because the roots are coming out the bottom. So let's pop her. I do want to propagate her, but I hate propagating when they have these long tendrils. I really would prefer not to disturb it until leaves, kind of more leaves come on the tendril. But okay, okay, so you can see this is beautifully rooted. Oh, I just knocked off a leaf. Actually, I probably got too much in there. And pop some of this back. Making a mess as usual. Some pon, some alcohol coat. So, being a grandmother, guys, is like the most exciting thing that has happened to me in many years. I loved being a mother. I always wanted to be a mother, and I'm not saying my child rearing were easy. You know, I, like everybody else, dealt with all the issues we do with child rearing, but I loved being a mom. I have to say it was probably one of the most rewarding things I have ever done in my life. And my grandkids are extra special. I really can't believe how much love you have for your grandchildren. It's magical, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's 3 grandsons I have now. So I do try and help out where I can, and it's a lovely journey. So there is the Parasitica heartleaf. Is it Heartleaf? Yeah, Heartleaf Parasitica. So gorgeous, and the fleck is beautiful on it. So now I have to split some plants. So in here, oh, I'm so excited about this. So I did show you this, I think, in my last video. So here I have the Hoya Nova Ghost, the Hoya Grey Ghost, and the Saba, I can never remember, Saba, what is it? 7950. And they're all growing away beautifully, so it's time now to put them into their individual pots, because you can see there's lots of roots coming out the bottom. So for this I'm going to be using the smaller pots, and I can actually just reuse this because I do reuse my palm and my pots, and I have never had any adverse reaction to doing that. So everybody to their own. Some people, you know, don't like to do it, some people do. I particularly do. So I think what I'll do is I'll try and empty the pot in here so I can get the 3 plants separated. They're very well rooted. The roots are a little cut here. Let's try and untangle them. So I will have to damage some of the roots, which is not optimal, but sometimes we gotta do what we gotta do. And then let's try and separate these. The roots are entwined. Okay, so here is, the roots are very entwined. These were just 1-leaf cuttings when I put them in, so I thought, oh, you know, I'll save space and pot them up together. And they very quickly rooted and very quickly put out new growth. There we go. So this here is the Hoya Grey Ghost. So let's put her into this one here. I'm going to get some more pond. Pop her in there. They'll do much better now in their own pots. Better to separate them while they're still young. I don't want to leave them when they're too long. They've done great. They have literally, it's not even that long ago since I got these. So I forgot to put Osmocote in there. So let's just put a little bit of Osmocote on the top. I do prefer to mix it through if I remember, but I don't always remember. Okay, so there we go. The Grey Ghost. Now we have the Saba. And let's use this one again. We will put the Saba in. A little bit of Osmocote. Saba. Here. And then my favorite is the Nova Ghost. I don't know if you can see her there. She is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I just love her. She was an indulgent purchase, but she is so gorgeous. I love her. I do actually have a lot more to do, guys, but you know what? I'm actually feeling a little under the weather. I'm going to leave it at this today. I hope that the content was okay for you. It's nice just to stop by for a little chat, right? So let me get these potted up and back into the cabinet. These are in my fabric core cabinet. Actually, not all of them. Some are in my retro cabinets here. And I think they pretty much all love life. They're all doing really well. This pond has been hugely successful for me. I haven't had any issues with it at all. Got to cut Osmocote again. And there is the Nova Ghost. Stunning. 2 new leaves, 4 new leaves actually coming on her. So I will water them up. So guys, I know this was a weird video. I'm sorry I'm speaking so quietly. I hope it was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to ask below. If you watched till the end, put the green heart emoji in the comments, and thank you so much for giving me time out of your busy day. Take care.